property value increases in Augusta. Bigger numbers on this year's notices.
Plus, a former drama school teacher facing child exploitation charges. Details on this multi-state investigation.
And new owners for an old school property in Harlem. We'll take a look at the plans for it as your news at 6 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad Dean.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks so much for joining us.
Coverage you can count on begins with the annual notices from the tax assessor's office in Augusta. Some property owners experiencing a bit of sticker shock. This after getting this year's notice of how much their homes are now worth and the higher taxes that could go along with it. Senior reporter George Escala has more.
A new property reassessment notice brought Jasmine Curry to the tax assessor's office.
Well, we're definitely not happy about it. We're hoping that, we can do something about it because it's just not feasible, really.
Curry's not alone. 75% of property owners seeing their values increase by a substantial amount.
But the real estate of all commercial and residential properties was close to 20 to 25% of an increase.
The notices also reflect the impact of the reassessment on the property owner's tax bill.
They doubled my taxes, and I don't think they should have did that. Things have been hard for everybody, and they got to think about that.
Can you afford double taxes?
Oh, Lord, no. No, if I could afford, I wouldn't be fussing about it.
City leaders are hearing a lot of fussing about this massive reassessment.
Everybody's being affected by that, even if it means we might have to do a rollback. We're going to look at some things.
Commissioners have the ability to roll back property taxes to offset the impact of the assessments, but property owners are left to wait, worry, and raise concerns.
Mine went up from $1,800 to over $2,000. So it went up pretty high, so I'm hoping I can appeal it.
Expect the lines at the tax assessor's office to continue. Property owners have just 45 days after getting their notice to file an appeal. In Augusta, George Escala, WJBF, News Channel 6.
A federal grand jury is returning a 21-count indictment against a former Washington County High School drama teacher. Michael Allen Dendy was arrested back in January.
Yeah, at that time, he was charged with 2 counts of sexual exploitation of children. Bria Smith now with a closer look at a case that now spans 3 states.
Michael Dendy is the former head of the drama department here at Washington County High School. Investigators say he's worked at schools in Georgia, Mississippi, and Maryland and are looking for more potential victims. After the initial complaints landed Dendy in the Washington County Jail in January, lead investigator Sergeant Corey Collier says they called for more help after learning more information. Dendy has since been indicted by the federal government, charged with possessing, receiving, and distributing child pornography. And investigators say there could be more charges.
During the investigation, we found that there are some victims that could possibly be out of state. So we reached out to the Department of Homeland Security with their majority of resources to help us in the case.
Dendy was arrested in January on his original charges, but is awaiting his arraignment on his federal charges. Investigators say if he's convicted, he could face a minimum of 15 years in prison. In Washington County, Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
The Washington County Sheriff's Office asks if you know someone who may be a victim or you are a victim, please contact them or the Homeland Security hotline on their website.
One person was injured in a shooting on Wrightsboro Road this morning, happened at Smart Grocery around 11:30. Investigators say a man was found shot at least once. His injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. No word on any suspects in this shooting.
A teenager is dead after a late-night shooting in Augusta. It happened last night just after 11:30 on Aiken Street. Investigators say 15-year-old Jabari Webb was shot at least once and died at the hospital. Another person was also shot and was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. No word yet about a suspect. Well, get ready for some...
That's Jody Brent. All right, Tim, thanks. The property where North Harlem Elementary School used to be is being sold to the city of Harlem. Great Graham Lee is live at the property now, and Graham, you're learning more about the city's plans for the future of that piece of land.
Well, that's right, Brad. And what I've learned about this property behind me is that it's been vacant for the last 5 years since the new building for North Harlem Elementary has been built just across the way. But as I talked to the mayor and those in the community, they've told me it's time to make use of this space. What I found out is the city of Harlem just bought the property from the Columbia County Board of Education, and it will soon be home to a multi-purpose park. The amenities would include a water park, a large pavilion, pickleball courts, and a disc golf course that wraps around the space. Mayor Roxanne Whitaker hopes the park will give people a chance to enjoy the town and have a little bit of fun.
I approached the superintendent and just said we could do a lot with this as far as enhancing the quality of life offerings, not only for the citizens, but also for North Harlem.
Now, Mayor Whitaker tells me the next step in the process is for the city to send a check to the Board of Education. From there, the engineers will draw up a final plan for what this park will look like. And then after that, she expects and hopes the park will be up and running and open to the public within the next year. But of course, that's with weather and work days permitting. For now, live in Harlem, Graham Lee, WJBF, News Channel 6. Brad?
Graham, thanks. Improvements to the City of Aiken's farmers market are on hold.
Why an issue with trees cut down near the property is putting a hold on things. When Your News at 6 continues. First, though, a look at what's ahead tonight on News Nation. The Williamsburg Street redevelopment project in Aiken is on hold following the removal of several trees near the farmers market. The project includes improved water and sewer lines, more lighting, parking, and trees. In late May, 8 trees were cut down behind the farmers market. The city will submit plans to the Design Review Board for approval before work resumes.
What that shows going forward is that city projects will undergo the same review that all other projects do, whether it's in a right-of-way or on city-owned property.
The public input session will be held later this year. Those replacement trees should be planted this fall.
Well, an update for you now on the fundraising campaign for the Augusta Mini Theater. Their goal is to build a 150-seat theater at their current location on Deansbridge Road. They've raised $345,000 of the $800,000 needed for construction. The theater is receiving money from the city of Augusta, but only if they meet their fundraising goal, and they have until August 31st.
When we moved into this building, we had to leave the theater's portion off. We had to leave the theater off because of we just didn't have the funds to do that. So here we are today, from 2008 to 2023, trying to complete the construction of this building.
If you'd like to learn more about the Augusta Mini Theater or you'd like to donate, we have that information on our website, WJBF.com.
And we have Tim with us now to tell us.
Win yours, WJBF.com.
Thank you, Tim. Coming up, Braves fans can already make their plans to see the team next season.
And a new look for several local athletic programs ahead of the high school football season. Sports is up next.
Captain Zaxby's.
I'm attorney Jamie Casingo. If you're right now.
Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
When the 2023 high school football season begins, things will look a lot different at 4 Richmond County schools. Work is done installing brand new artificial turf fields and some track renovations. Take a look. Certainly pops out. Butler, Cross Creek, Laney, and Westside High Schools, all with new fields and tracks from Sport Turf, the same company that installed them at 5 Columbia County schools a year ago. About $1 million a pop, but expected to save money in the long term. Of course, a lot less maintenance and upkeep. Not to mention better drainage for all the sports and bands and all the events on those fields. As well, let's be honest, the highlights look a lot better on Football Friday night and Game Night Live, in addition to the field renovations. Existing track surfaces also updated. The Braves not back on the field until Friday to begin the second half of the Major League Baseball season. They'll start with a 6-game homestand against the White Sox and then Diamondbacks. Today, the 2024 schedule released. Braves open with a 6-game road trip. The home opener will be against Arizona. Now, with the balanced schedule, which was introduced for this season, Atlanta will play at least one series against each team in Major League Baseball. In addition to all the National League teams, they'll play a 3-game series against every American League team except Boston. The Braves will play a pair of 2-game sets. The Braves will play 15 of their final 23 games at Truist Park and end the season at home for the 4th time in 5 years. Speaking of baseball, if you've got a rising 1st through 8th grader who loves the game or softball, Augusta Jaguars head coach Chris Howell hosting his Augusta baseball camp next week, July 25th through the 27th, 8 to noon at Jaguar Field. Got room for about 60 kids. Get some instruction from not only Jaguar coaches, but Jaguar players as well.
Oh man, it's exciting. Get a chance to get back and get some guys out here and try to help the fundamentals of baseball and have fun for 3 days. This is where it starts. Our guys get to come back out and have fun with the kids from Augusta and showcase and teach the game that they love to play.
For more information, to register, head to AugustaJags.com, click on the Camps tab, or WJBF.com as well. The Live Strong Foundation has partnered with the YMCA to offer a 12-week workout program to people who are living with, through, or beyond cancer. The classes meet twice a week and focus on strengthening the mind and body while providing survivors a safe place to be among people who understand.
People bond over that common cancer experience. It gets them out of the house. It helps them deal with depression. And again, they regain their strength if they've lost it because of treatment.
The members, the people I'm working out with, they are awesome. And they give each other encouragement. They give me encouragement. So they inspire me. And I'm so happy to be a part of this group.
I think this keeps me more healthy, doing something, not sitting around thinking about the cancer, and knowing that the other folks have been through it.
Love that program. For more information on this program, you can visit thefamilyy.org or WJBF.com. Brad, Jenny?
All right, thanks so much, Brendan. Coming up, a boy in Texas going viral for one thing, asking for some friends.
What advice he has for others when we come back.
Shaden Walker went viral after ringing. Shaden Walker went viral after ringing his neighbor's doorbell. The reason? He was looking for a few friends after dealing with a bully. His neighbors posted their ring video to TikTok, and support poured in for Shaden.
He wants people to know he's not mad at bullies, just that he's disappointed and wants them to be nicer to people. Here.
Exactly. 95 over the next couple of days. Heat index pushing near 107 with a daily afternoon shower or thunderstorm.
And that's our report for now. We'll see you again for News Channel 6 at 11.
Have a great night, everyone.